On a quiet village countryside, under the pale light of the crescent moon, a tiny kitten was born. Its soft gray fur shone silver under the moonlight, and its eyes were the purest shade of blue, a window into an unspoiled world. The moment it first opened its eyes, it radiated curiosity and innocence, a pure joy that seemed to lift the spirits of all who crossed its path. The kitten, by the name of Luna, was a furball of energy. Her silly antics could give laughter to the cottage, for she was living with a kind old woman called Margaret. For hours, she would chase her own tail, crouch in ambush for prey that isn't there, and tumble into flower pots, leaving each little mishap wherever she might go. The villagers were very fond of her. She would jump into the air or swat at strings, and the children would gather around to watch. "She's so small and precious," Margaret would say as Luna nestled into her lap, purring like a little engine. But however much fun Luna managed to bring into their lives, village life wasn't without its adversities. Margaret was growing older and gradually losing strength, the cottage was simple, and every new day came with a new concern about how to provide for Luna and herself. One stormy night, a loud peal of thunder sent Luna scurrying under the bed. Margaret comforted her, holding her close until the storm passed. But the following morning, tragedy struck. A tree that had fallen had smashed in a portion of the cottage's roof, and the repairs were going to cost more than she could afford by far. She tried to put a brave face on it, but the worry weighed heavily upon her frail frame. Sensing a change in her human's mood, Luna became quieter. The playful kitten who used to play now would spend her days curled up next to Margaret, offering silent comfort. But as the weeks went by, Margaret made the heart-wrenching decision: she couldn't give Luna the life she deserved. That sunny morning, Margaret placed Luna in a woven basket lined with a soft blanket. As she carried the basket to the village square where one family in particular was known for taking care of animals, tears streamed down her face. "I want her to have a better life," Margaret said, not able to hold back her tears. The family took Luna in, promising to care for her. But the separation left both Luna and Margaret heartbroken. For days, Luna cried and called for Margaret, while Margaret sat silently in her now empty cottage, missing the gentle weight of little Luna on her lap. Time passed, and Luna grew accustomed to her new home. The family was kind, and their children adored her, but she was no longer the playful kitten she had once been. Her eyes, which had shone so brightly with wonder, now held a tinge of sadness. She missed the quiet warmth of Margaret's cottage, the gentle hands that had cradled her, and the love that had been her first home. Meanwhile, Margaret's health slowly started deteriorating. The days seemed longer and lonelier without Luna. She would sit by the window most of the time, gazing out at the village square in hopes that the little kitten she had grown to love would reappear. One day, the family took Luna with them to the village square for some festival. As they were passing by Margaret's cottage, Luna stopped dead in her tracks. Her ears perked up, and her little nose twitched. She wriggled free from the child's arms and dashed toward the familiar scent. Marguerite was sitting by the window when she saw a flash of gray fur bounding toward her. Her heart skipped a beat. "Luna," she whispered, and tears began to well up in her eyes. The kitten jumped right onto her lap and started to purr louder than it ever had before. It was as if nothing had happened. The family, witnessing this reunion, understood where Luna belonged. From that day on, Luna and Margaret were inseparable. Life was still hard, but they faced it together, their bond far stronger than before. Luna never was the same happy-go-lucky kitten she had been, but her love for Margaret remained unchanged. In her soft purrs and gentle cuddles, Margaret found the strength to carry on.